Hey guys, welcome back to Container Crops, the Scaredy Cat Gardener. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's very, very important. Bartering. And some of the top things, as a matter of fact, 16 top things that you need to make sure you stockpile should you need to barter if it hits the fan. Economic collapse, food shortages, people are fighting in stores over food. I've seen signs up with limitations on foods. So many people are out of work right now. Fuel is astronomical across the country. We're going to be at home more because we won't be able to go anywhere. People in some states are breaking into gas tanks, siphoning gas out of it just so they can get to point A or point B. So should we get to the point where we need to barter, here's 16 things that you need to stockpile now.
Show off your fantasy reality, whoa, that's yours, but I'll keep doing mine. You'll be living your good life, catch a glimpse from the outside all the time.
And one more thing I want to say before we get started. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you won't miss anything. Give the video a thumbs up and share it out. I'm sure a lot of people could use this information. And this is not a woe is me video or a pity party video. This is a get your acted year video. This is a prepare now. In time of peace, prepare for war. This is an alert type video. This is a think out of the box type video. This is something to put something else on your mind, to put something else on your to-do list. So I have a list of 16 things. Let's get into it. I'm going to keep it pretty short. The first one up, water. We all need our water, and we can only live so long without water. So as much water as you can get your hands on in any form or fashion, you need to do so. Right now, I wouldn't be so particular if I'm going to buy bottled water, which that is what I am doing, and I am stocking it up to the ceiling in rooms. It doesn't matter if it's spring water or purified water. At the end of the day, water is going to be water. Distilled water. Get whatever water you can get while you can get it. Okay? Make a designated space in your home, if at all possible. If you have an extra room, if you have some storage area, if you have an attic, make sure that your floor in your attic is secure if you have that. If you have a storage closet off of an apartment, wherever you can, if you need to turn your living room into a storage room, do what you have to do, but make sure you stock up on water. A given that I think everybody already pretty much knows is food. But you know, there are some people that say, oh, you know what, I'll just go to the grocery store and get what I need. But if the grocery store is closed, you won't be able to get what you need. If the grocery store is out, you won't be able to get what you need. And buy what you need, not necessarily what you want. Now, it's okay to throw in some things that you want, but you're looking at long term. You're looking for into the future if something were to happen. So before you stockpile all your vices and everything you want, stockpile the foods that you need. Foods that will sustain you. Foods that will get you from morning to night, to the next day, to the next week. Stockpile those first. Then if you have extra room, extra money, and extra time, go for the things you want after that. But make sure you have your food. If you can't can the food and grow the food, there is nothing wrong with buying canned goods. When you see a sale, buy one, get one free, 99 cents. And I hate to say it, the dollar store. There's lots of canned goods in the dollar store, although it's a $1.25 store now. $1.25 is better than $5.25 or $4.25. So if you got to add that extra quarter onto it, go to the dollar store. Okay? And think about where you can pull money from to stockpile. Make a list. Say, how many times last week did I go buy a fast food? How many times did I buy Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts? How many times did I buy a candy bar while I was standing in line? Am I chewing on some gum that I don't need to chew on? What am I snacking on? Do I have potato chips in there? Could I have spent that dollar I spent on potato chips on a canned good? You need to think like that for a while and shift and adjust so that you can prepare now, people, now. Next up, medical supplies. Now we're not necessarily talking about prescription medicine or anything like that, but bandages, alcohol wipes, cleansing things that you may need, cotton balls, things like that that you may need, antibiotic ointment. I couldn't think of the word, but antibiotic ointment, burn salve, things to stop itching, anything for insect bites, things like that. Any kind of medical supplies that you can get your hands on, sterile gauze. Get it. Those are the things you want to stockpile. Those are the things you may need. Aspirin. Try to find as many medical supplies that do not have a expiration date. Okay, we're going to need heat and light. Make sure you have flashlights and batteries, lighters, lighter fluid, things that will ignite, things like that that's going to cause you to be able to have like candles, things like lanterns, things like that. Those are the things you want to look for when it comes to heat and light. Stockpile those. These things are bartering tools. Yes, they may be useful to you, but other people there that are not going to stockpile, that are not going to do this, they may come and it may be time to barter. Okay, what you got? I got this over here, but what you got? Come on now. You need this? I got it, but what you got? So stockpile things that people may need. Light and heat, something that everyone's going to need. Hygiene products, baby wipes. I said alcohol wipes before, but alcohol wipes, baby wipes, things like that that you want to stockpile. Baking soda, toothpaste, soap, just basic soap, bar soap, liquid soap, all kind of hygiene products that you may need. Those are the things you want to stock up on. Dental floss. Dental floss can be used for many things, so it can fall into multiple categories. But make sure you have dental floss as well. And like I said, just wet ones, things like that. Things like what do you call them? The sanitizing wipes, all of those things for hygiene, because you know, if somebody, you need to clean off something that somebody else had that may have had something. So you want to have those sanitizing items on hand. Let's not forget about the feminine products as well. You want your tampons as well as your sanitary pads, because those sanitary pads can double as bandages too. A lot of these things, they can also be used as a diaper too. So a lot of these things can double up. You know, we may not be thinking about, and tampons, they can be used for multiple things too. So make sure you get your feminine products. Those are going to be good bartering items. And tools. There's nothing for me to say right there. Just tools. Any kind of tool you can get your hands on that you can stockpile. And I hate to say it, but the dollar store got plenty for $1.25. You can go in there and get a bunch of screwdrivers and hammers and things like that to stockpile in case you need to barter with them. Because tools, you got to fix stuff, put up stuff, just tools. Repair an auto, repair something in a home. Tools are just valuable, whether you need to barter with them right now or never. You can never have enough tools. Allen wrenches, pliers, needle nose pliers, Phillips screwdrivers, flatheads, you name it. Tools, very, very important. And I know y'all might laugh at this one, but condoms, you need to stock up on them, because nobody really wants to start a family in a disaster. But when you're stuck at home and you ain't got nothing else to do, trust me, people are going to need condoms. Salt, sugar, spices. These things are going to be in high demand as the food supply shortens. Make sure that when you store these items, they're in airtight and waterproof containers. But they are going to be very valuable, and not just regular table salt too. You can also you need to get table salt, but you can get also rock salt and other salts that you may need, like the salt that and I can't think of the name, ice melt type salt that you may need in the winter. Stockpile that as well. Let's not forget about our honey. Honey is something that literally lasts forever. It does not spoil, and when sugar runs out, honey. It's also natural. It also can be put on wounds for healing. Honey. As much honey as you can get, and I'm watching even in my local health food store, the honey is going up astronomical. I used to buy these 64-ounce jars for like $15. They're already at $25 a jar. So if you can get yourself some honey, get the honey. Stockpile it. You need to stockpile that honey. And this is just a personal favorite of mine, but it's a really, really good one. Old-fashioned entertainment. Yes, you need to stockpile old-fashioned entertainment. Cards, board games, pencil, paper, crayons, things like that. When the internet is gone, cell phone, mobile devices are no longer being able to be used, and you're sitting around, let's play a game of cards, okay? Let's bring out a board game. Just make sure they're stored in waterproof containers. So some of these things are items that other people aren't thinking about right now. They're not, so they're probably cheap. You probably can go into Walmart and get a few board games and decks of cards. I've seen decks of cards still for $1. So you can get you 10 or 20 decks of cards. You got some to barter and some for yourself, because a deck of cards lasts as long as you don't tear it, it's going to last. So things like that, board games, that's going to be your entertainment. And a deck of cards you can stick in a pocket, or you can stick in a bug out bag. You can stick in something. Books. Let's not forget our books. Get some books on hand, because you'll be able to read, and somebody else can barter. Maybe they have this book, you have that book. So make sure you have your books too. Fishing and hunting supplies. These supplies may just be more valuable than food, and almost more valuable than water. Like it says, in the Bible, if you teach a man to fish, he can eat forever. If you give him some food, he's going to eat for a day. So, and that rings true. So you teach a man to hunt, teach a man to fish, you'll never be hungry. But if you give them some food, they'll eat for a day. So stock up, stockpile those hunting and fishing, anything hunting and fishing. All the equipment. You need that equipment. So stockpile that too. Duct tape. Duct tape and electrical tape. Those are the two tapes you want to stockpile, hoard, stock up on. Number one, duct tape will hold anything together. Okay? So if you need to put together something for shelter or something, you can duct tape it together and it'll stay. That electrical tape, you might need it for something that is battery operated or whatever, and it can withstand heat and things like that. So stockpile electrical tape and duct tape. Plastic bags. And the more durable plastic bags you can get, the better. You can carry water in plastic bags. You can keep warm with plastic on. We used to wear those sauna suits, call ourselves, go work out in them so we can sweat. Yeah, they keep you hot. So you can keep warm. You can create shelter with it. You can carry things with plastic. Plastic bags, that is an excellent tool to have on hand when it comes to bartering. Last on my list, but might just be the best on my list, your personal skills. Get your act in order. Whatever your personal skills are, sharpen them. If you have carpentry skills, make sure you're on point with it still. If you can sew, make sure you can still sew what you think you can. Whatever your personal skills, if you have any medical skills at all, read up on what you're doing. Go to some workshops if you can find some. Sharpen up those skills. Fishing and hunting and any skill that you have. You a dart thrower. Any skill you have. Bow and arrow. Any skill you have. If you can repair cars, your personal skills are going to be so valuable to someone else. It will be amazing how you can barter with what you know. So the more you know, the better off you will be. So that's about all I have for you today. Now, this is a short list. There's many more things. But this is just something to get you thinking. And hopefully thinking out of the box. Think outside of the box. But be prepared in your prepping to be able down the road to barter if you need to. So once again, thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate each and every one of you all. I hope you will share the video out so that someone else that may not be thinking about bartering can start stockpiling too, because they may be the one person you need to barter with. You'll be glad you shared it because they will have stockpiled and you can barter with them. So share the video out. Give it a thumbs up. So I will see you all in the next video. And remember, in time of peace, prepare for war.
You'll be living your good life. Catch a glimpse from the outside all the time.